So how often was that happening?
It happened
off and on for like 10 years.
What?
It wasn't 10 years.
It happened like this, Your Honor. I've been knowing her 10 years.
Thinks you all are boyfriend and girlfriend.
No, Your Honor, he doesn't think. He had a whole nother girlfriend out of town. He wanted to play house here and there and have us in a polygamous relationship, which he don't got it like that.
Actually, I wasn't playing house.
Actually, he was.
How you gonna take me where I had my own damn car?
Mr. Brooks, I need you to watch your language.
I'm sorry.
There was another man that was always at your house. You believe that man is your son's biological father?
Yes, Your Honors.
The episode leaps into action as the judge strides in with a flair, welcoming everyone to the day's courtroom drama, the case of Pitchford Kendricks versus Saavedra. We meet Mr. Pitchford Kendricks, who's on a quest to prove he's the dad of the defendant's 2-month-old bouncing baby boy, Javier. The plot twist, denial is in the air, thanks to the mother's tangled love story with another man. Buckle up as the roller coaster is just getting started.
Mr. Pitchford Kendricks, you opened your case to prove that you are the biological father of the defendant's 2-month-old son, Javier. You claim she is denying paternity only because she wants to be with another man and needs to be the father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Saavedra, you admit you allowed 2 men into your bed at the same time, that Mr. Pitchford Kendricks is not Javier's biological father.
As the suspense skyrockets, Mr. Pitchford Kendricks dives deep, sharing his heart-touching backstory of growing up fatherless in the gritty streets of Detroit. He's on a mission, fueled by a blend of hope and desperation, to ensure little Javier doesn't walk the same fatherless path. Strap in, folks. We're on the brink of Revelation City.
Well, Your Honor, I grew up in the streets of Detroit, no dad in my life, and I just want to make sure my son doesn't have to grow up and,
That's a beautiful basket there. You brought that for your son once you prove your case?
Yes, Your Honor.
You say you grew up without your father?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me what that was like growing up without your dad.
It was kind of stressful, like being in school and seeing all my classmates and stuff, having their parents come up there, both of them.
When the drama intensifies, Ms. Saavedra takes the stage with a tale that spins the narrative on its head, revealing the spicy beginnings and tumultuous turns of her romance with Mr. Pitchford Kendricks, including a risque threesome with Maurice, who might just be the real daddy. Oh, but the rabbit hole goes deeper.
When me and the man that I believe is Javier's father, Maurice, was getting rocky, decided to include Greg in our mix and try and spice things up.
Oh, so how often was that happening?
It happened
Off and on for like 10 years.
What?
It wasn't 10 years.
It happened like this, Your Honor. I've been knowing her 10 years.
Peeling back layers of the unexpected, the narrative unfolds, revealing the spicy, complicated salsa of relationships between Mr. Pitchford Kendricks, Ms. Saavedra, and her roommate. From steamy encounters to the confusing web of Javier's conception, this is a tale of passion, drama, and a baby. Grab your popcorn, because this wild ride ain't slowing down.
To have a threesome when their relationship needed spicing up.
Yeah, like that, but she used to call me and confide in me to, like, after I hooked them up as friends and stuff, and they got it on, you know, and have their little disputes or whatever, he be cheating and all that. She called me crying and stuff.
So you're saying you did the threesomes, but then you also would go over and sleep with her by yourself?
While he was at work, or, you know, while he was cheating.
Your Honor, that happened one time.
Twists and turns around every corner as Ms. Saavedra spills the beans on the roller coaster of emotions and decisions, post-pregnancy discovery, her heartfelt and complicated chats with Maurice, and the whirlwind of confusion, accusations, and feelings swirling around baby Javier's paternity. Keep your eyes peeled as the plot just keeps thickening.
Between both of the babies, like before her first baby was born, that's when the threesome started.
Oh, so you have an older child with the cousin.
Yes.
But it was during the time of the threesome and the times when both kids, you were having sex with Miss Saavedra either within the threesome or alone.
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor. And I
not with the first one, no. It was months prior. Months prior.
Just when you think you've seen it all, Maurice, the enigmatic cousin, steps into the limelight with a bombshell statement that throws everything into chaos. The web of sexual liaisons gets even more tangled, and the baby's striking resemblance to both Mr. Pitchford Kendricks and Maurice stirs the pot even more. Brace yourselves, because this revelation will flip everything on its head.
He looks like Greg.
Well, Your Honor, I'm not sure who he found that out from. Maybe he was talking to him and...
Look at his nose and look at mine.
Yeah, all right.
So that's Mr. Pitchford Kendricks on the left, Javier in the middle, and Mr. Avery on the right.
It is.
In an earth-shattering finale, the judge, with the suspense of a season finale cliffhanger, unveils the DNA test results.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Pitchford Kendricks, you are not the father.
In an absolutely bonkers start to the episode, we're thrown into the heart of a legal drama in a courtroom where Ms. Foster, armed with receipts and a flair for the dramatic, is laying down the law against Mr. Jackson. She's not just presenting a case, she's narrating a saga of love, betrayal, and a pregnancy pact gone awry. Mr. Jackson, on the other hand, looks like he's about to either faint or flee, denying paternity to their daughter, Jakia, faster than you can say Maury Povich. Ms. Foster is all in, seeking justice and a hefty dose of responsibility from Mr. Jackson. The drama skyrockets, and you'll never guess the twist coming next. Hold on to your popcorn.
Miss Foster, you claim you and your ex-boyfriend planned your pregnancy only to have him abandon you and deny paternity. You are here to prove that he is your daughter, Jakia's biological father, and take care of his daughter. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jackson, you say Miss Foster cheated on you multiple times during your relationship, and there is no way you are Jakia's father.
The air is so thick with tension, you could slice it with a butter knife as Mr. Jackson comes back swinging with allegations of Ms. Foster's infidelity. He's so convinced he's not Jakia's dad that you'd think he was auditioning for a detective role, citing Ms. Foster's alleged escapades as Exhibit A. But just when you think you figured it out, the story veers off into uncharted territory.
Who we plan on having, she looks like him.
Beautiful.
She acts like him. He doesn't step up to nothing. I mean, he's posted pictures on social media.
That's not my baby.
He just
It can't.
gives me nothing.
She don't even post the baby on social media.
So you admit you haven't been stepping up. I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about real parenting.
I can't say I admitted to anything because I always say I'll do this and I'll do that.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any juicier, we're hit with a flashback that's more enlightening than a soap opera marathon, unveiling the humble beginnings of Ms. Foster and Mr. Jackson's love story, sparked by a flirty DM slide on social media. Ms. Foster recounts the tale with the passion of a seasoned novelist, revealing how Mr. Jackson went from Father of the Year candidate with her first kid to the chief denier of paternity for their sequel, Jakia. Strap in. The revelations ahead will make your jaw drop.
Relationship started through social media. We found each other through
Oh,
Facebook.
social media. I should have known. No wonder we talking about social media. Okay, go ahead.
We found each other through social media, so we had a mutual friend. They vouched for him, said he was a good person, so we jumped into a relationship. I had my first child, and he did come bring us to his mother's house. He was claiming my first child, knowing she wasn't his baby, but then when we planned a baby, he doesn't deny this child at all.
As the plot thickens, the drama escalates to soap opera levels, with Ms. Foster declaring herself the mother of the century in a tear-jerking speech that'd win Oscars. Mr. Jackson counters with a plot twist of his own, unleashing accusations of infidelity that spark a verbal fireworks show. The courtroom turns into a battleground where only the most dramatic will survive. And just when you think it's all out in the open, there's a plot twist lurking around the corner.
No, wait a minute. You're in a relationship living at his mother's house.
Yes.
He thinks you all are boyfriend and girlfriend.
No, Your Honor, he doesn't think. He had a whole nother girlfriend out of town. He wanted to play house here and there and have us in a polygamous relationship, which he don't got it like that.
Actually, I wasn't playing house.
Actually, he was.
You find out you pregnant again.
Yes, Your Honor, after he left out of town again.
In an emotional whirlwind that'll tug at your heartstrings, Ms. Foster brings us to tears, with the saga of discovering she's pregnant with Jakia painting a picture of her turmoil and resilience that could inspire a hit single. She contrasts Mr. Jackson's ghosting act with Marquise's unexpected heroism, providing a support system when it mattered most. The narrative deepens, teasing at twists that'll make your heat spin.
I'm finna be a single mother to 2 children by myself. I'm 20. It's not happening. At that point, I told Marquise because Marquise was there. Physically, he was gone out of sight, wasn't worried about him.
Marquise is the brother
Yeah.
who wasn't a brother.
The brother who wasn't a brother.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. So I told him, I'm pregnant. You could be the father. It's out of you and Sean.
In a scene so emotionally charged, it could power a small city. The courtroom dives into the intricacies of Mr. Jackson's relationship with Jakia. Miss Foster, with the ferocity of a mama bear, accuses Mr. Jackson of being as absent as a ghost in a daylight, while Mr. Jackson blames everything but his own shadow for his absence, spotlighting the hurdles in forming a bond with Jakia. Brace yourself. This emotional roller coaster has more loops to come.
None.
Because I don't talk to her through the phone.
Lies.
Man, you don't even click. We get on the phone and argue, me, you, and my girl every time. So what's the point of keep calling her? Me and my girl got
So is that the long way of saying you don't even spend no time with her?
I'm like 4 hours away. I asked her, you feel me? I can call you. Oh, no, you're not bringing her up there. Woo, woo. My girl ain't got nothing to do with that.
This girl of
If
his.
this my daughter, you feel me? Then why can't I be around her?
As the emotional stakes soar to stratospheric heights, Ms. Foster delivers a monologue so powerful it could move mountains, pleading for Mr. Jackson to embrace his role as Jakia's father. DNA be damned. Her speech, infused with her struggles of growing up in foster care, is a gut-wrenching appeal to end the cycle of absentee parenting. What unfolds next is the kind of stuff legends are made of.
You feel me?
Oh, so you're saying your girlfriend and her are talking, but you ain't in this?
That's what I'm saying. I don't be on the phone talking to them.
Okay. Your girlfriend is is not your advocate. She doesn't have to be that.
acts
You
like
should
it.
already have Jakaya on your mind if this is a possibility that this child is yours. But I see what's happening here. Just like I told you before, both of you all, y'all can talk. And I mean, look, it's entertaining.
The climax hits with a verdict that's as shocking as finding out your grandma is secretly a spy, revealing
Mr. Jackson, you are not the father. What's funny?
Heard that? It was kind of like, ooh, that's why I laughed.
You took us to school, let me take you there. You just performing now. You want your baby to be a stage show? That's on you. But if you're gonna be a mother to a real human being and a beautiful little girl like that, and now
Oh.
I do need to think about who my child's father really is.
in a turn of events that could only be described as a roller coaster ride through the unpredictable world of family dramas, we find ourselves in the midst of an eyebrow-raising legal battle. Picture this: Mr. Brooks, with all the drama of a soap opera star, dramatically summons Miss Gooley to court. Why? To embark on a quest proving he's the biological father of her now 18-year-old son, Mr. McDonald. Meanwhile, Miss Gooley is armed with her own arsenal of legal maneuvers, seeking to prove just the opposite. It's the classic tale of Maury, with a twist, as both parties are desperate for clarity after a tearful reunion with Mr. McDonald, who they tragically lost custody of in his diaper days. But folks, strap in, because this is just the appetizer in a feast of melodrama.
Mr. Brooks, you summoned your ex-girlfriend, Ms. Gooley, to paternity court to prove that you are the father of her 18-year-old son, Mr. McDonald.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Gooley, you admit you cheated on Mr. Brooks all those years ago and are here today to prove to Mr. Brooks that he is not father of your son.
Yes, Your Honor.
As if plucked from the most poignant of telenovelas, Mr. Brooks takes the stand, delivering a testimony so emotionally charged you'd think he was auditioning for Broadway. He recalls the magical moment of Mr. McDonald's birth, where, amidst the chaos, the baby's cries ceased at the soothing sound of his voice. A moment so touching, even the courtroom audience couldn't help but burst into applause. It's like witnessing the birth of Simba in The Lion King, but with more legal implications. This, my friends, is just the beginning of a saga filled with more twists than a pretzel factory.
I watched him cut her open. I watched him pull my baby out. I watched him cry. They couldn't get him quiet. I told the doctors and the nurse, give me my baby. I'm here, baby. And he shot up. And that's when I knew he was my son from day one.
You were in a relationship with her at the time?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Gooley, how long was that relationship?
10 years.
Was it a committed relationship?
No, Your Honor.
Did
You're
you
lying.
consider yourselves boyfriend and girlfriend?
I mean,
Yes.
we were
Just when you thought the plot couldn't thicken any more than Grandma's gravy, Miss Gooley drops a bombshell. She admits to her decade-long tango with Mr. Brooks, but with the commitment level of a cat to water, she reveals her side hustle of infidelity, allowing Mr. Brooks to play the father figure throughout the pregnancy, all the while keeping the lid on the Pandora's box that maybe, just maybe, there's another contender for the title of daddy. The emotional roller coaster isn't just continuing, it's picking up speed.
no,
Biological father?
no, Your Honor, I didn't.
You allowed him to believe that he was Mr. McDonald's biological father the entire pregnancy.
Yes, Your Honor, I did. Because he wants to be there for my child, but he knew that there was another man that was
No,
at
I
my
didn't.
house all the time. And
How you gonna take me where I had my own damn car?
Mr. Brooks,
Excuse
I
me,
need you to
sorry.
watch your language.
I'm sorry.
There was another man that was always at your house. You believe that man is your son's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Diving deeper into this soap opera, we rewind to a day that would make even Shakespeare shed a tear. Both Mr. Brooks and Miss Gooley recount the heart-wrenching day. Their little bundle of joy was whisked away by Child Protective Services, painting a picture of despair that could rival the most tragic of operas. Mr. Brooks, with the dramatic flair of a seasoned actor, recalls the harrowing sight of the police and DFCS on his doorstep, a memory that lingers like a ghost in the attic. But hold on to your hats, because this drama train has no brakes.
When she told you she was pregnant, there was no doubt in your mind that you were the father?
No, crazy days of my life when she told me she was pregnant, and I just wanted to be a great father. And I got pictures.
Jerome,
I've been having these pictures with me from 17 years. She don't have none. Matter of fact, I got about 60 pictures, and she's not in none of them.
Enter Mr. McDonald, the man, well, technically, still a teenager, of the hour, stepping into the courtroom like a character ready to turn the tables. His entrance adds another layer of intrigue, revealing his awareness of the man behind curtain number 2 and his quest for paternal truth. It's a storyline so complex, you'd need a family tree just to keep up. But trust me, the climax is on the horizon, and it's one for the books.
I'd like to hear from Mr. McDonald. Jerome, will you please escort him into the courtroom?
We'll have to go right up to the witness stand, sit next to him.
Thank you for joining us today, Mr. McDonald.
Pleasure.
I want to ask you a few questions. I want to know, first, Mr. Brooks states that he believes he's your biological father.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe Mr. Brooks is your father?
Yes, ma'am.
You do.
And now, the grand finale, the moment of truth that could silence even the noisiest of courtrooms. As Judge Lake unveils the DNA test results, a hush falls over the crowd. Drum roll, please.
You are his father.
All right! Thank you.
Judge Lake dramatically unveils the saga of Lohman versus Mitchell. In this corner, we have Ms. Lohman, fingers crossed, hoping beyond hope that her fiancé, Mr. Mitchell, is the official DNA-confirmed daddy of her adorable munchkin, London. She's all about the drama, declaring the DNA test a future-defining moment. Meanwhile, Mr. Mitchell is pacing the floor, racked with doubt, probably wondering if he should have read more parenting books, and suggesting the wedding bells might stay silent if the results aren't in his favor. Just when you think reality TV has shown you everything, buckle up for the roller coaster ride ahead.
Ms. Lohman, you are in court today hoping and praying your fiancé, Mr. Mitchell, is the biological father of your daughter, London, and you and your mother are here to prove it. You say today's DNA results will determine the future of your family together. Mr. Mitchell, you say nothing would make you happier than finding out you are London's biological father, but you are in court today believing there is no way you are.
As we delve deeper into the labyrinth, the plot thickens with Ms. Lohman and Mr. Mitchell's friendship taking a detour down Lover's Lane, leading to the arrival of their bundle of joy, London. The paternity plot twist has Ms. Lohman playing detective, piecing together timelines and romantic rendezvous, initially betting on her ex as the daddy. But lo and behold, a curveball. Could Mr. Mitchell be the father after all? The suspense is killing, and the plot thickens, reminding us that reality is indeed weirder than any telenovela.
I was abused. Had to do everything for my family. I raised my 3 sisters and my brother basically by myself. It was hard.
I understand. So when you moved in with Miss Lohman, it was like finding family, a real family.
Yes, Your Honor.
And they took you in and you finally felt at home somewhere.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. But you're still in a relationship with this boyfriend at the time. Am I correct, Ms. Lohman?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hold on to your hats, because this roller coaster is full of surprises. Doubts about little London's daddy have the courtroom buzzing. Ms. Lohman turns into a detective, pointing out every resemblance between London and Mr. Mitchell, from their matching dimples to their shared disdain for broccoli. Despite her convincing PowerPoint presentation, Mr. Mitchell and his ever-skeptical cousin are not buying it, suspecting a plot thicker than the mystery meat in the cafeteria. You'll be on the edge of your seat, wondering what's next.
And so then that furthers your belief that Mr. Mitchell is the child's father?
Yes, Your Honor.
You say they have the same eyes.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's look at this. On the left is London, and on the right is Mr. Mitchell. And you believe is an indicator that Mr. Mitchell is her biological father.
Not only that, Your Honor, my ex had little to no eyelashes.
Just when you think you've untangled this knot, the tale of Ms. Lohman and Mr. Mitchell's engagement unfolds like a reality TV season finale, with unresolved paternity drama adding spice to the mix. They decided to get engaged, with London still in the womb and paternity questions hanging over them like a cloud. It's a story of love, confusion, and a leap of faith into the unknown, with a side of who's your daddy suspense. Strap in for more twists, turns, and emotional upheavals.
Now that's something we can talk about. If it's just based on a want and a love, that's not how it works in this courtroom. Mr. Mitchell has testified that he has a beautiful, loving relationship with London. I have to ask, what is your ex doing?
Absolutely nothing with his life.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. With bated breath and probably a few bets placed, the court reveals the DNA results.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Mitchell, you are not the father.